Welcome to day 55 of our BitClout journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein here with my twin brother, Brian Krasenstein. Brian, we had a lot of exciting news yesterday. I think it was probably one of the biggest days for BitClout other than when they initially launched.
Yeah, Diamond Hands put out a big long thread announcing that BitClout is now 100% open source, meaning that developers can take the full code and do whatever the heck they want with it and create nodes and make this thing truly decentralized. And it's super exciting, especially for developers who are trying to take things in a different direction and add features and maybe fix the UI and all that. And then mining. And then at the end of this long thread, he announced that the mining directions are going to be coming in, mining instructions are going to be coming shortly. And that's going to really change things. And we can get into that here in a bit.
Yeah, so mining is where you actually find new blocks of BitClout by using your computing power. And that's how all cryptos or most cryptos actually come into existence through these nodes or computers, solving complicated math equations and then getting blocks or certain amounts of that crypto. So from what I've heard and what I've read, BitClout mining will give those nodes discovering it or solving the equation one BitClout approximately every 2 to 5 minutes. So it's interesting to be interesting to see how many miners come into this space and how much hash power is used to mine BitClout. But I think the core becoming 100% open source is the biggest news here, because now nodes can pretty much create their own platform, create their own BitClout websites that run on the same blockchain but might present different content to the users. I think that's what's most exciting here. I think we're going to see a lot of unique ideas come to fruition in the coming weeks and months ahead.
Yeah, so basically all these websites that are going to pop up are going to be nodes, and they're all going to share the same database or blockchain as BitClout.com does. So they're all feeding into the same database and blockchain, but they're presenting the data in different ways. And that's what's so exciting. They're all interconnected. So like if you're going to make a post on one, it might appear on BitClout.com also, as well as all these other nodes. And if you're going to create an account on one, it's likely going to appear in the rest, unless there's added features that the admins of these nodes add to them. So it's really exciting and it's really powerful, because now it kind of, if say the government or say that BitClout.com decides, hey, we want to start censoring somebody, or we want to start doing something one way and presenting this data one way, then all these other nodes can do it however they want, and they can't be shut down. If BitClout.com is somehow shut down for some ridiculous reason, these other nodes can spring up. And that's the power of decentralization. If somebody's banned on BitClout.com, they don't have to necessarily be banned on these other nodes. And if certain content's going to be censored on one node, it might not be on the others. So it kind of allows anybody to create their own social network using the already created database that's been being fed into for the last 2 months.
So we're already seeing this with a few nodes that actually were verifying people, giving them that little blue check mark. So BitClout didn't verify some of these accounts, but these new nodes, they can verify however they want. They could verify based on, you could send them your ID and they'll say, okay, this is a real person, we'll verify them. Maybe there'll be a sort of a database of all the nodes, and their verification will show up on other nodes as well. Like could be some sort of sharing of verifications. There's so many possibilities that are going to emerge with this, and many of those possibilities we can't even fathom right now. I think there's probably a lot of developers who are working on stuff that we are unaware of because they don't want other individuals to steal their ideas. And I think we're going to start seeing stuff pop up, maybe not tomorrow, but maybe in the coming weeks and months ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to touch on mining. And the mining adds a whole nother dynamic to BitClout, because now actually, unlike other cryptocurrencies, miners can make money in more than one way. They can mine and get the BitClout coin, and then sell it for profit if they want to reinvest it. But they can also create a BitClout account, and users on BitClout are going to likely buy their coin if they like what they're doing. So they can get the founder reward from those coins. Additionally, they could say, hey, we're going to start mining BitClout. We're doing this and this and this. We're going to put back 20% of all profits into our own coin. So it gives incentive to investors on BitClout to buy into their coin. And in effect, they're getting the founder reward from that as well, while they're building equity in their own coin. So it's all kinds of ways that miners are going to win here. And I think that it's going to attract a lot of miners. And with those miners, it's going to attract a lot of techie people and developers who want to kind of get in on this. And I think we're going to see a lot of people coming on board.
Well, also, I think the mining in combination with an exchanger listing BitClout on their exchange will create a real supply and demand. Whereas now we don't really have that with the price of BitClout. So once it gets listed on some exchangers, people are going to be buying and selling, creating their own price for BitClout. And then these miners are going to be coming in, selling the BitClout they mine, or maybe they'll decide to put the BitClout on the BitClout platform and use it to buy creator coins. But there's going to be that supply from the miners, and then the demand for people who want it. And then as more and more miners come into the space, it's going to be harder to mine. So the price, I think the price of BitClout is going to go up as more miners come into the space, because the supply of BitClout will go down for the miners. Thus, the price will, they're going to be willing to pay more for it. So it's going to be interesting to see how the economics of this work and how it affects the price. And I expect to see BitClout listed on an exchanger at some point soon. When that's going to be, I don't know, but I think there will be some smaller exchangers that jump on board first, and then maybe we'll see some of the bigger exchanges like Coinbase and Gemini down the road.
Yeah, all good points, and I think that's probably a good place to leave off. I think it's an exciting time, and we're going to see a lot of interesting things happening over the next week or two.
All right, Krasenstein out.